Right, there we go. Hello. Took a while to open up in the background. Longer than I had thought, longer than it usually takes. Sorry about that. But we're here now. So, hello everybody. Yes, like I said before. Hello V'ger. In terms of early, I'm early. Yes, that was posted at 7:43 p.m. It is now 8:10 p.m., so 8 o'clock, 10 minutes past 8 p.m., so yes, you're right. Yep, you're right there. Hey, hi, hello, Kangapango, hello, Mr. W. How are you today? Fine, thanks. Playing a stealth game right now, so may not talk much. Oh, I see. You mean like in a real life one? Like where you have to actually sneak in someone's mansion and you've been actually told that it's a game, but actually no, they're just trying to con you into stealing something for them? Do you mean a stealth game like that? In which case you should probably turn down the volume of the stream, because if you're having it on through speakers, then it probably shouldn't. You probably should quieten it down in that case. Alright, good luck on not being spotted then. Yes, because otherwise your character will probably die. Right. Well, it depends on which game it is. If it's The Marvelous Miss Take, then probably not. Not really. Right before that, sorry. Kangapango, Dishonored. You heard of it? I think I have. Not really. Is it Bethesda's? It's a Bethesda project, yeah. Alright, if I had to choose one word to describe it, mythic. Mythic? Ooh. Oh, I see. Hello. Hey. Be there in a mementois. Good. I modified chapter 2 a little. I made a plot twist. Oh, what is it? What is it? You've got me intrigued. Right. Loading. I'll be there soon. It was loading, yes. Good. Whoop. Hey, stream title. Right? It should work. It should work. Yeah. Now it should work. Exactly. Right. Now it should work. Yeah. Says video is unavailable. I'm a refresh. Sure. Didn't work. Test. Right. Now it should work. Exactly. There we go. Took a look at this. Oh, you took a look at this. Markdown basics? What is that? Oh, I see. Interesting. That's why you were testing the thing. Oh, I see. Maybe a bit older. Guess it doesn't work in chat. Sure, yes, because if I'm sneaking around IRL, I'm going to watch a live stream as well, XD. Nah, it's a game in the sense of video. I also thought of that game, Shadice. Inhales. Oh, you're right, I did. How did you know? This. The Marvelous Mistake, yeah. Set in London, stylized. Very nice game. Inhaled! Yes, I have. Ooh, seems very 50s. Exhales. Yes. Lady Prime Minister is Amelia's aunt. That's the plot twist. Oh, I see. Yeah. Why did you change it? I'm curious behind what your reasoning behind that was. One second, I just quickly need to look something. Where is it? Let's see. I actually need to... one second, just loading up the thing. 1 second. Because I don't want it to crash when I resize it, preferably. Okay. Right. Just one moment, I might as well open up Sublime Text as well, which is the script editor I use. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that this should be good size. We'll show you in a second. Oh, right. It's for broadcasters info panels. Ah, oh, I see. XD. Later in the story. Oh, so it turns out that she's Emilia's aunt later in the story, or switch screens, or maybe? Oh, fair. No, I'm just opening it up in the background. Just opening up stuff as you might well imagine. Let's see, where's the ceiling room? I think there. Oh, that's the FBX. Room and ceiling. Oh, I see. I need. I need this one. Yes, this one shall be right. Right, so let me now switch over. There we go. See? Unity. No. The plot twist justifies some stuff later in the story. Oh, I see. Yeah. The reason why I asked is because I found it quite interesting that the reason why the Prime Minister was befriended with this other woman and her family was because of the weapons, the warfare equipment, the weapons and armor and stuff that they produce. So that it's essentially a political relationship that they have, and that seems to work so well that they're friends. Although how deep that friendship goes, that's still very much murky, at least from what I know about the story. And my initial thought was that if you instead then, additionally make it a familial relationship, then that might be to the detriment of the other thing, because right, they of course, yes, she's family, so of course they have a relationship. I'm not sure if that's. Although then again, I haven't read the complete story. I don't know where it goes from there. So just from what I know. So right. So I've opened up Blender. Yeah, you should be able to see. I've opened up Sublime Text. Let me know if this size is good for you. Is the size good? Is it too large? Too small? Can you read it? Oh right, yeah. Also, Marie is Emilia's cousin. Marie? Who was... Ooh, Blender, yes! Many thanks. The Vegana. Oh, you mean from... Oh, is she one of Emilia's friends? Right. Yes, previously, but now she's Emilia's cousin. Okay, so I'm assuming that if she's the cousin, then she would be the daughter of... Then Marie would be the daughter of the Prime Minister, correct? Because if she's the aunt, that means she's the sister of Emilia's either mother or father. Probably mother, because the father hasn't been in the story, as far as I know. Which means that then, if she's cousin, then that's probably it. Yes. Right. Okay, so what to do? Well, let's quickly recap on what we did last time. Last time we basically worked with the tiles on the floor, making them look a bit better, as well as doing a lot of the ceiling work in the mazes. So I'll quickly show you, and then we'll get started properly. Yes, I did add a light to it. It's only temporary, so it's more easily found by me. I'm not going to leave it because I don't want it to be easily found by you when you play it. And the loading worked of it. So yes, you can see the tiles now look much better. And we also added this basic ceiling shape up here, which also connects onto the corridors nicely. Oh, I thought there was a ghost back there. But of course the entranceway doesn't connect because, well, we didn't do any work on that. So, yes, loading the other thing. Right, so what should we do? I think we should probably continue working on this bit since we started on that. And, oh yeah, we also should fix this. Let's have a quick look. Why doesn't that... Okay, let's fix the thing with the cube first. So where are the prefabs? Prefabs are down here. Turn artifact. Real item, it's got the thing. Untagged, does it need a tag? I think it needs to be tagged real item. Let's try it now, because that might be such an easy fix. So the thing is, for some reason, that little that blue cube, which is a placeholder for the Terran artifacts that you'll be able to find in the mazes, to then help you to get back home. Yeah, it's basically, yeah, it's just a placeholder which, for some reason, wasn't pickupable. I think it's because it didn't have the tag, so let's test this. Then once we have this little bug figured out, then we can continue adding some more stuff. Ah, it worked again. We're on a roll. And that worked fine. I didn't almost fall out of the world. This is quite difficult to tell where stuff is, which is, I suppose, the point of a maze. Not sure if it's back here. I should probably add a light to that room as well. No, here it is. Ah, there we go. E, pick up Terran artifact. Look in the inventory. We haven't got one. Just E. Now we've got it. Terran artifact. There we go. So that's that bug fixed. Right, so now let's go to Blender. And if you look here, we can see that I do have 2 other versions of this roof saved. I think we're going to delete both of them. I'll duplicate this one, move it down here, disable it, just as a sort of easy backup. So if I mess something up, I can just move that up and then try again, basically. Right. He's dead. So it's her mother's big sister. So is her mother's big sister. The Prime Minister is Lady Anna's... what do you mean? She's dead, so it's her mother's big sister. So the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is Lady Anna's big sister. But she's not dead, as far as I know. Unless you changed more about the story than I knew, or if she was a ghost all along. Loading or teleportation, shall I say? Yeah. It loaded into the thing. Oh wow, that looks amazing. What? There's only one key difference. One year difference. Oh. Seems suspicious. Agreed. Adore the colors of the floor. Yes, it's supposed to be rose granite, the red thing. It actually looks pretty similar. Woof work, yeah. Woof work, yeah. Roof work, yeah. Yeah, it's very lovely. No, floor. I meant my message. Also, I didn't mean either. I meant ceiling. Haha. Ah, woof work. XD. Not so is her mother's big sister. No, so it's her mother's big sister. But what is so it's? What do you mean by it's? Amy's father is dead, and Lady Prime Minister is Lady Anna's big sister. Yeah. I think he did mean so it's her mother's big sister. But what? There's only 1 year in age difference between the 2 sisters. Oh, I see. I thought someone else had died, and there was only 1 year difference. It was a miscommunication. Sorry. Sure it is. And the title Cream Triangle times are made from sandstone. Maybe? Or they could just be baked tiles. Probably baked tiles. Little, and the little. Yeah. Yes, Marie is Lady Prime Minister's daughter. Yes. Little, not tile. Baked? Yes, baked. Baked, in fact. Right, so. Let's add. Let's just add a little bit of detail. I'm gonna add. Yeah, I need to change the material on this again. No, the slots are swapped around. I need to do this. Like that, that should be good. Now, I just want to see what it looks like with a little rim. Need to enable clipping. Because I'm not quite sure what I want the what I want the ceiling to look like in terms of texture. Because originally I did want it. I mean, there will be different versions of these rooms, so likely they will also have different ceiling types. But I did want this to have a kind of an archway feeling as well. But I think if it's more of a sort of a Byzantine painted ceiling, maybe like where paint with paintings on them, or maybe more like an Egyptian temple where we've got these angled stone faces with hieroglyphs on them. Maybe I'm not sure. Right. That's odd. Why does that do that? Oh, because of the clipping, probably. Oh, no, it's because... I see. There we go. It was because the world origin is not on the center of where the object is. Now let's see what a little change like that did. I won't actually go to those locations. I'll just go in the scene view, so it's easier. It's quicker to find. Let's see if I change this to shaded. No, not a big fan. Not a big fan at all. I think we'll have to do it by texture. Also, this is really quite laggy. Okay, so I think we'll actually do a bit more texture work then, if that's the case. So if I select this, no, that's not what I want. I want to select basically, oops, not that. I want to select this. And I want to do unwrap. And that, no, let's see, project from view bounds. That's probably better. And you can see with the texture for the archways, for the ceilings of the corridors mapped on there, you can kind of already get a feeling for how it will be unwrapped, which is a complete accident, considering that, well, it was just the texture was loaded. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Obviously, it doesn't look made for it because it's got these big seams running through it, but not that bad, I'd say. Right, now, let's see what we can do in terms of texture work. Should I work on it in here, or should I do it in an external editor? I think probably an external editor would be better. Right, so let's do Pixelmator. Pixelmator. Okay, now what did I call this? I called it... Big room ceiling, so just Roman big room ceiling. Let's close this, move it into the correct location, which is, I think, yeah, under maze. Yes, under maze. It'd be amazing if it wasn't. Right, so move that into there. Then open it back up from this location. And right. So I want this to be, I don't know why, but I'm feeling brown. A very kind of grayish, earthy brown. Something like this color, probably. Well, maybe not that brush. Something like this color. So if I actually fill, no, not that. Fill it in like this. Then create a new layer. And then I want a nice little brush, which I can kind of create lines for the bricks. Oh, not like that. And the thing is, I don't want these lines to be exact. So I am using a pen brush for this, so that they have variable thickness as well. Which might look good. It may not. It may look terrible, but I want to test it. Yeah, this... It might... Okay. I'm gonna redo it, but with a grid. That's a better idea. Show grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess this will work. 5 spaces. Although, should it be 5 or should it be a bit more? I think it might be better if it's a bit more. Let's try... let's see. 170, sure. Right, let's try this. And yes, I am making these lines, putting them down on a separate layer, so that I can change things like opacity and stuff like that when I need to. Maybe, I'm not sure. Actually, what if I do it like this, so that it's on both sides of the line? What would that look like? No, that looks like a bad print. No, it would have to be something like this. And I can, now if I want to just duplicate the layer, to layer it over each other, basically. So like this, to make the lines a bit thicker universally. But it would still retain a bit of the texture. I think that's good. And then if I merge these again, merge. Right, let's see how that would unwrap, first of all. PNG in here, that's fine. Going back over to Blender. Now I need to create a new material. Assign that to that. make it have image texture, open up an image texture, and I want to go into textures. That's odd, why is it in there? Oh, it shouldn't be in there, that's wrong. Okay, I need to close this and just move it around slightly. It should be within mazes. There we go. Now if I go back there and open it up. Textures, mazes. There we go. Yeah, that's the wrong way. It needs to be the other way. If I go to UV editing. Interesting. Okay. Actually, this needs to change to that. And these two need to be rotated 90 degrees which way? Is it literally just like that? Or no, surely not. Maybe 90 degrees the other way. Would that work? It's a bit difficult to tell with the edge. It looks like it would work better like that, so that the edge meets up. But of course I haven't put any bricks in here yet, so... just kind of having a look. No, these are too big. So instead... No, not all of it. Definitely not all of it. If I select this thing, these ones, then scale it down, we'll scale it up by 2. What would that look like? That would look... It would look better, but of course we have the same issue with the space between the tiles. Right, so now I need to open up the FBX again, not FBX, the PXD, and I basically need to add another line at the bottom. So like that. And then save that, export that. Oh, that was... Oh, was that the right folder? No, it wasn't. Yeah, replace that. Sure. Good. Now if we go into Unity, we can quickly generate a maze and have a look at this. It should automatically apply it. Actually, no, it won't. Unless it's... I don't think it will, at least. I may need to create a material for it. We'll see. Actually, no, it's using the default material, so... Yeah, of course the seal, although, now that I'm looking at this, maybe wood could look nice for the ceiling. To hold back, like just wood, it would need supports of course, but just to hold back the soil and everything, there's wood. Ooh, what do you think of that? Not the look I was going for originally, but that could look nice. Especially if you go a bit closer, you can actually see the little gaps between. Actually, you know what? Let's increase the brightness of this one light. Specifically, just to make it a bit easier for you to see. There we go. 1 second. Let me click out in the off. What do you think of that? Oh, what do you think of that, lad? No, sorry. That's not the right thing. Sorry, just had to clear my throat, as you can probably tell by the fact that I just cleared my throat. Vaulted? Shaddais, so is it not Roman then? Oh, not a big fan? Well, will you have a little one at least? No, I don't have a little fan. Neat, Shaddais. Resealing with texture. Looks like you've emptied a sack of dirt onto a white canvas. Great! Really, when you first showed us the brown. I cannot see the grid. Oh, that looks good. Wow! What do you think? The lighting is so good. It's just basic lighting so far. Specifically, okay. Yeah, texture would need more detail, but it looks good. Yeah, what do you think of the wood to hold back the stone, just reinforced wooden beams? Because this is underground after all, and it would be easier to do that than to get huge stone slabs or brickwork up, especially if it's not going to be an archway, at least this one. This feels quite, I don't know, this feels, something about this feels good. Not sure why. I think maybe a stone wall rather than a wood wall, depending on how you want it to feel. If you want it to feel a bit warmer, keep it wood. If you want to feel cold, maybe try a stone roof. True, that will, of course, impact the feeling as well, yes. But you've got to imagine it without the light. So, without the light... excuse me. Oh, that was the wrong light. Oh, that was... Yeah, I get it. So, like this, completely dark, just wandering around these corridors with the footstep sounds on the tiles, just looking around, and you find this room with probably a pillar going up the center as well, with some of these rooms at least. Because the thing is, here you can also hang stuff from there, and well, you could do that with stone as well, but I don't know, it just feels right for some reason. Should I use the ceiling paintings and such? Not Roman then. Yeah, well, Romans did have ceiling paintings. Just look at the Byzantine Empire. Byzantine Empire. Or did Romans do that too? Of course they did. I don't know, I wasn't present at the time. I am present in the present, though. Good. If I may, it feels a bit too homey for a maze. In my opinion. Of course, Shadow's roof, not wall. Yeah, I thought you meant roof. Yeah, that's true. With this lighting, it does feel too homey. But it won't have this lighting. All the player will have is a little lantern light, probably. I think that if I hang some cobwebs down here, it might have a bit more of a haunted house feeling, which I think would be a good thing. Looks a bit like part of a modern mansion built to look retro with a added wood. Should I homey for a maze? Unless this place was built to be a house originally in the lore. Oh, this was definitely built to be inhabited. But yeah. Should I maybe a darker wood? Well, it is quite dark. The thing is, this lighting is unrealistically bright for what the game will be like. So the player will have a much dimmer light, so the wood will look darker. So for example, if you look at the tiles, how bright these look under this light, that's not what they will look like for the player when they're playing the game. Byzantine is so I've heard it. Yeah, it is. There are different ways of pronouncing it. It's Byzantine or Byzantine are the two ways, because it is called Byzantium, the city, so it would make sense to call it the Byzantine Empire. Byzantine Empire. Like Babylon and the Tower of Babel. People call it the Tower of Babel, even though the city is called Babylon. And now we're back to the Library of Babel, which is still a fascinating place. I will turn on the light in a moment, don't worry. Then it'll look black. The bright light will... This bright light will never be present in the game, I'd say. Yeah, but it looks similar to that with the color as... With the color it is now. Should I walk through it without lights, only with a spotlight, and that's apparent to the player? Yeah, true. Yeah. Byzantine or Byzantine. Byzantine, I think. Byzantium. Byzantine. I don't know. Okay. In that case, I vote keep it as it is. If it is a home, then keep it looking homey. Maybe make the wood cracked though. So show the age with the same as the floor. Yeah. Basically, yes, definitely. Byzantine, UK? Of course. I've always pronounced it Byzantine. Yeah, Byzantine feels like it just rolled off the tongue better than Byzantine, but I'm not sure if it's correct. Byzantine. Xerez was a home, not is. Well, technically it is a home, just not necessarily for the people who built it. Well, maybe for the people who built it, but not as their. Well, yeah. But what have the Romans ever done for us? Eh? I know I'm winking, but you can't see it because of the lack of light on my face cam at the moment. I gotta say, I do like Byzantium. Yes, I like Byzantium as well. There's actually a really very interesting two-parter by the Fall of Civilizations channel on YouTube about Byzantium, how it was created by the Romans and then how that fared throughout the rest of the Roman Empire, and when the Western Roman Empire fell, how they continued to see themselves as Roman and how all that happened, and it's fascinating. Gate Spirit, yes, hey, I know, actually, there's, oh my. Same as pickupable, rolls of the tongue. Rolls of the time. Yes, it does roll of the time. Most of the tongue. Xerez, well, I've got a better question. What have dimensions ever done for us? Yeah. And another Gate Spirit. Yeah, of course. Oh, Xerez, oh wait, it's an actual place? I thought you had mispronounced Byzantine. No. Byzantium is an actual place. Byzantium is actually the city of Constantinople, which is now the city, well, of Istanbul in Turkey. So actually, the city of Istanbul was previously Constantinople, and before that was Byzantium, which was the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, aka the Byzantine Empire. Literally, aka, it's also known under that name. Let me just turn on the lights. Sure, let's turn these on as well. There we go. And I can see an instant replay of me turning on the lights over there as the stream is catching up. Right, so. Xerez re-rolled off. Dang it. Yeah. Byzantium, Constantinople, Istanbul. Right. Be back in a bit. Sure thing. Yeah, sure. Right, so I think I'm going to keep it as wood for now. Wood for now. I do like this. So let's add another new layer. Let's see. No, not like that, of course. Let's just try something. If I just, it's just to kind of get a feeling for how large I want these planks to be. Because I think this might feel a bit too short. I don't want them to exactly overlap. And it's good that I went for 6, because that means that it won't have the same alignment when it loops. Yes, save anyway. Export. This time save it into mazes straight away. Place. Dun dun da dun da da dun da da dun 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 da dun da da dun da 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 dun. Yeah, this needs to be a bit brighter so I can see what I'm doing. Not selecting that. There we go. Ooh, that's tiling a bit oddly. Yeah, I need to think about that. Yeah, you're right. It does look a bit bricky. I think it's because I think it's because of the relative length. Wooded UK. Looks very bricky. It should look more woody. Well, yeah, I think it's because of the length. I think they really need to be longer. Like this length, that's good. So what I'll do is I'll do just that. I'll undo these, and I'm actually going to take this layer, and I'm going to, well, squish it essentially. If I can, should I, okay. I'll do it with a grid. I'll do it with the grid. So, there we go. Let's just move all of this up. Nope, not that. Let's move that up to there. Like that. That's a bit difficult to tell what's going on there. Hold on, with the grid in the way, hide grid. Oh! No, of course, I can just do it like that. Oh, that's so much easier. I can just select all, and then just duplicate it from here, of course. Nope, not like that. There we go. Like that. Then, there we go, that should, well, let's do it with a grid, sure. Let's just do it with a grid. Show grid. Thank you for showing with grid. There we go. Let's keep it like that-ish. Right, now let's hide it. Hide grid. Merge those. I think that might look better. Ceiling, yeah, sure, replace. Which means I will then, of course, need to change the unwrapping as well. Yeah, because now it's just too small here. Because I did like the width, I just wanted it to be a bit longer. So if I take the times 0.5, then that's a bit too small, no. Oh, is that working? I hope it's working. That may or may not be working. 1 second. Is that right? Oh, I need to reopen it. Of course. Open image. There we go. Right, now you just scale that. Come on, scale it down. Like that. Yeah, that's that. Yes, that's what I wanted. Now file, export. You know, I should really do this with the prefab. If I just go into the prefab, just down here, this one, open the prefab. If I go to the light, the point light, I'll just change the brightness here. There we go. Now I don't have to change it every time. Do you mind? Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's more. That's the sort of the width that I wanted to keep. But now I've got, well, the height I want to keep. So width of the thing, but height in terms of how it's seen. So now let's try basically the same thing. However, this time they will be longer, well, relatively longer. Let's just do it like this. That's going to be easier. And that still adds up, good. It's there actually. Little stub there so that it's got, it basically tiles correctly. Yeah, I need to redo this one. It's too thick at the bottom. I just quickly checked that I was actually editing the correct layer, much like I do in Trains. And yes, I was. Unlike how I do in Trains. Okay, let's save that. See what that looks like. Does this look woodier to you? Of course, the tiling's not great, but does it look woodier to you? Of course, you need more texture to it. At the moment, it's just basically stripes. But do you think that looks woodier? I think that looks woodier. Let's look at that. It just looks... What a cheerful place! All brightly lit and homey and... Oh. I'll just leave you with this creepy image while I'm... Well, unsettling image while I read chat. Wooden plank? Why are you... Yeah, I know what wooden planks look like. Heh, I had to look up wooden plank recently. Guess why? Because you were writing and you wanted to find the dimensions of a standard wooden plank. Is that correct? You really think he would do that? Should look more... Where? I don't see what that is. I can't jump to the thing it's replying. Should look more woody. There's another image of something. Yeah, more wood. I know what wood planks look like. I have seen them before. Because a dizzy sea serpent told you to? Because an angry knight slipped on a banana peel? I don't know. Now, I could say ugh, but I won't, because I enjoyed the gestury play on words. So instead have this. Fair. That's a very open-ended question. One of my friends started to get into making LARP stuff, and she said she's more than happy to make me stuff when she gets slightly better at it. And she'll sell it to me for cheaper than I can get it online. What do you mean, sell? Why do you have sell in quotation marks? Like, is she not actually selling it to you? Or, what do you mean? That's slightly confusing. Because usually, if you're doing quotation marks, you mean, right, this thing, but not actually this thing. So you mean, yeah, she's going to sell it, but she's not actually going to sell it to me. So, like, for example, if you said, I read a book, you mean an actual physical book. If you say, I read a book, then you mean, oh, it's not actually a book, but it's, yeah. All right, nice. And why did you need to look wood plank up? For the texture of the staff she offered to make. My bad for not explaining it. Oh, I see. Yes. As Kango said, like the cheapest staff I can find on the site I tend to use is like close to £80, I think. Sure, it looks weird, but I think I preferred having only the horizontal lines. Yeah, it's not unwrapped properly yet. XD. I'd maybe change it so that the planks are longer. My proposal is that the first vertical separation is in the middle, as it is, and every second one has also only one, and at the very left of the texture. Well, that's what we have. It's just this way, they're still all the same length. Because you've got to imagine that if you unwrap this, then it could be that this entire thing, oh, that's not going to work. That this entire thing is moved over like this, and then we'll have another one attaching on the right. So basically what I've done for every second one is I have the same only one line, but it's shifted over so it wraps around to the other side, so then it looks like two lines. If you tile it, it's just shifting the pattern over. Oh. Revert? Yes. It's odd. Anyway. Shadows, oh, that's a very intelligent answer, but no. Shadows, no, I said, so instead have this XD, not just so instead have this. What do you mean, so have this XD? Oh, I see. Shadows, well, because I'm not a shop transaction, because it's not a shop transaction, but I do have to pay her for it, so it's not official. Well, if you're paying for it, then she's selling it. I don't think you need quotation marks for that, because you can still sell something without it being at a shop. Right? Right? That's just what threw me off a little bit, but I get the explanation, thank you. Chase, I think the planks are too short still. I think they should be longer. Well, yeah, maybe. Spirit. It's hard to explain. Through just text. Have this XD, yeah. They really do add to the atmosphere, the spirits, yes, yeah. Chase, yeah, but it's not like selling thing in a shop. It's not official. Never mind. What do you mean by official? Do you mean that tax? You don't have to pay tax for it? Is that what you mean? Or what do you mean by official? It's just very confusing for me at this point. So you said you would like them to be a bit longer, the planks still. Maybe. I mean, we can do stuff with unwrapping as well. So I go here, reload this as this one. Then I really do need a bit of a bigger view here. Good, it didn't crash. Then, actually, yeah, having it over here is fine. And you can see I can shift it around. So if I have it like... that's a bit odd. Why is that the way it is? That is really odd. Wait, what? Oh, because it's... Oh, I see why. Yes, that makes sense. Because it's not just the same. It's the looping as well. Yeah, so that's the length there. So it basically has to be that. Or... Yeah, because this way it's just not because it's mirroring it. I see. You probably can't see this on stream because it's probably not great because of the compression. Yeah, which means I really do have to have them lined up all perfectly. But that is actually quite odd. Why is it doing that? Let's see what this would look like. We didn't generate a single one of those rooms in this maze. Interesting. Also, why is it doing that? Oh, of course, because it's not mirrored like... Oh, I see. It's not mirroring this face. It's mirroring this quarter and this quarter. So this is actually different from this. I see. I think I may need to apply the mirror modifier for this to work properly. Or at least modify it a bit. So... what if I just take the... What if I just do it like that? That should theoretically work better. Because that should mirror it exactly, basically. So all the faces should now be similar. Well, the same, actually. The only issue is when I move this closer, because it's still mirrored, it will, of course, change the lengths of the planks. It would be easier to unwrap this if it weren't mirrored. Yeah, because this is not going to work. This is not going to work. Okay, well, let's delete the duplicate down there, move it down, and then hide that one. So now I've got a fresh backup, so that now I can apply the mirror modifier and then try to mirror it the other way, basically. So I want everything... Actually, would that work? I guess it may? Question mark? Although how would that work? No, if I... Oh, because it's not split that way, I see. So if I did... Let's see, if I got rid of all of this stuff... Actually, I need to do like this. Like that. All of this stuff. All of that stuff down here. This stuff up here. Then, theoretically, the mirror should work. But of course it won't work here because it's not going to continue that pattern. So let's leave it like this. the mirror, I mean. And let's try to unwrap this in a more sensible way, hopefully. Yeah. Okay. So let's try it like this, actually. Because because it's still unwrapped the same way, you can select all of these faces, and if I then move those over, it would be so much easier if I could hide that, but that's okay. Okay, so let's try having this there. That should theoretically be better. Oh hey, Class J. Look at the clock. Class J. Of course, the bit up here, that's not what we're not working on this square up here yet. We're just working on these diagonal panels. I think this looks better. It still looks a little bit odd in the corners, but we might put a little bit of a piece over those anyway. I know. Now look here, this is the quote. Because of the clock, because it's 9-11 and then 6-11 Class J. It is similar. This was the reference. Anyway, this locomotive. But that's okay. Right. It looks like every second one is only half as long as the one above, yeah. No, I mean, it's a thing between friends rather than a corporate thing. Yeah, but if there's money that's being exchanged in the return for goods or services, it's still actually really selling something. But I know what you mean. You meant sell as in you're not contacting her company, so to say, to purchase these items. It's just an exchange more than a barter. Bartering a thing for money, which actually is buying something, so it's selling something. But yeah, I get what you mean. It's just, yeah, it's fine. It's always long plank, short planks. Long plank, short planks. Dun 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 dun. No. Look at the row at the very top. There's only one separation, meaning that if it wraps the texture around, there will be one really long plank before the separation. The row below has two. That suggests the separation will come sooner, and the planks will in turn be shorter. True. Also, the other examples include: I borrowed some money. I fixed this engine. I purchased a ticket. I designed a logo. I plastered the wallpaper. I made some art. I ate some bananas. I ate some bananas. Yeah, true. You borrowed some money. ... And of course, the most famous one, I ate some bananas. Yeah. Yep. Mad, I know. Agreed. 9-11 Class J, shall I? Since when? Nah. I mean, 3 hours ago, sure, but now? I ate double the plank's length. Exactly. A barter or an exchange. Sell sounds too corporate in this situation, to me at least. Well, true, it might sound like that. You might associate something more corporate with that. But if you're exchanging something, goods or services, for money, then from one end, you're buying the thing. From the other end, you're selling the thing. So it doesn't matter if it's a corporation or not. It doesn't matter if you enter a contract with the other individual or not, meaning a corporation. If that exchange happens, then, well, it's not selling, it's selling. At least to me. Yeah, but the thing is, if it's one longer plank, then there will be a plank that goes from here all the way over to there. It'll basically be one plank along there. Then we have that bit there, that bit there. Then we'll have half a plank going all the way into the off and half a plank going all the way into the off. I think this is better, because those are actually quite large planks up there if you actually look at it. Right, let's try giving this some more texture. I'll leave them as separate. Let's do, this one is the vertical one, so let's create a new layer. And let's see. Let's start off with some reddish tones. No, different. Ooh, that looks very stunning like that. I'm curious what would this look like, what this would look like. I'm probably not going to leave it, but that could look quite stunning. I do like that. Ooh, look at that. It looks like there was a party in here and they haven't quite gotten rid of all the banners yet. Look at that. Anyway. I mean, if I turn down the opacity of the layer and then do something, well, maybe not the layer, maybe if I turn down the opacity on the brush. Then I could use this as kind of a paint thing, but no, not really. Ah, maybe this. No, of course not, that's too strong. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I need these ones on the sides. Is that what you were trying to tell me with your messages before? That I'm missing these ones, because I do need these on the very edge. Is that what you were telling me, Kangafango? Oops, not that one. Nope, not like that. Nope, no, I didn't say, I said not like that, yes. This is slightly annoying, because you have to grab the specific pixels, otherwise it won't... Otherwise it'll grab the other layer. That would also explain why it looked so weird before. Let's try saving it like this, then exporting it. I know I can just press Command E. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that looks better. Right, so now let's merge these all. Merge into lines vertical. Yep. Not like that. Lines vertical. Oh, that's strange. Why did it... Why did it change the color? Should have done that. You know what? Let's do that. Let's start this again. And you can barely see it, but it's not supposed to be that obvious. Sure, let's save. I have to be careful not to hit the edges with these ones up here, because then it'll look cut off if I don't do it properly. With these ones I do very much have to hit the edges though, because it has to, well, come over from the other side to wrap around. Oops, not like that, like this. Nope, not like that, like this. I do want to leave the darker brown gaps around so that you can actually see there's a bit of texture there. Not just one color, basically. Oh, and in case you're interested in what I've been doing today, I've been doing a lot of work in trains on my secret route, which you don't know about. And the thing is that a lot of people, basically no one watches these live streams anyway, archived. So most people probably wouldn't even hear me say that. And then someone who does watch that one viewer who watches it is then going to go to Discord and link it with the timestamp and say, hey, look what Paradise announced, look at that, the official announcement. Well, because it only takes one. Only takes one. Right, so let's have a look at, well, this could use a little bit more up there. Let's have a look at what this looks like. By the way, if I turn up the opacity, it looks like that. I said working working on the train's route, not working on trains itself. So if you hop in here, see, this already looks much more like wood, don't you think? Oh, and it's compressed. I need to load the texture in uncompressed. Then maybe I need to reload it for it to work. Loads of them around. No, that... Oh, it was probably in the export settings. Well, it looks more like wood like this, but still not enough like wood like this. Yeah, it is actually the color banding in the actual thing. I can now, since I'm using this with the layer opacity, I can just increase this, or decrease it to 2%, increase it to 10% maybe. Could see what that looks like. Also, while working... Yeah, I mean, that looks... It looks like a good start, but it's not done. It's definitely not done. Also, I think this is slightly too intense. I think maybe 7.5%. Well, let's go down to 7% then. Let's rechat. Actually, no, but we can see what this looks like. What do you mean? Bye, Vitra. See you next time, I suppose. Oh, if you're gone. Oh, I see. Today's wow, working on trains today? Did you stream it too? I didn't stream it, because it's a secret route. Wow. You mean because of the orange? Opacity over 9,000. That, I've heard that a lot on the internet. And it seems to be an anime reference. But to what exactly? You seem to use it quite a bit, Kangafango. Can you tell me what it's a reference to exactly? Shadows, maybe add holes in the wood where branches emerge from the trees. Yeah, definitely. Trees it was cut out of. Looks quite stony now. Oh well. Does it? Shadows, well, you could have secretly streamed it. Well, then who would watch it? I'm still here. Oh, you're still here. Oh, sorry. You startled me. Oh? Had to restart one of my VPNs. I got this. Mr. W to the rescue. Because of the 9,000 thing. You weren't showing up in news and chat view. Shadows, yeah, from some anime. Attack on Titan? No, that's not it. No idea what it's called. I don't either. Let's create another layer. And let's give it a little bit of a different hue. Whitechapel? No, not Whitechapel. Who would ever give a... maybe not white. Well, maybe in a little bit. Although then that looks a little bit too much like stone. Let's try darkening some of the edges, actually. Maybe with a different brush. Chalk might look quite interesting. Wellspray, no. We just sprinkled dirt on it. Oh, that'll look weird. It just looks really oily, like really oily wood, like oil stains on it. That looks... Well, it looks interesting. Let's have a look at it. Look at that oil stains on it. Although this doesn't seem to have the right color. Oh, I think it's because this light actually has a tint. If I make this white. No, it still looks different. Why does it look different? Is it too bright? Is that the issue? What is this? Oh, it's using default materials. But yeah, it looks like the oil stains now. That doesn't... Well, it looks okay, but no, I'm not going to have them. At least not now. Right. Let's see, what would it look like if I were to just darken some of the planks a little bit? let's see what, well, should we do that or should we do this as well? Well, let's try it like this. Actually, let's do it in the testing world, the testing level. Might be good. Tiles test scene. Nope, don't want to rename it, want to load it. Where is everything? Up there, probably. Yes. Let's see if I get rid of this. Oh, I can't do that. It's like that. Right, and then if I disable, I could probably just disable lighting, but it's fine. I need a light in here actually. Let's lower this down to like 2. Oh, that's not right. Why is that odd? Is that just... Let's try like this. Nope, that's not fixed it. Why is that not... Oh, I see. Oh, well, that's a bit annoying. Well, I guess I'll have to fix it. Okay, let's just... You know what? Let's just re-unwrap all of these. So if I do... Well, no, not like that. Let's do... Unwrap just, maybe? Then rotate it by 90 degrees. Well, what if I actually unwrap all of these? No. Basically. Well, I guess I could do it like this, so like that, and then unwrap project from view. And then do the other ones. So, do these ones, project from view, and then if I select all of them, they should theoretically work. It's just so hard to see in here. What would that look like? I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just re-import the texture as well. So we re-import it like that. Did that work? Apparently not. Why didn't that work? Can I refresh the texture? Maybe. Open image. Open this image. Oh, is it? No, it should be. Ah, it's using... It's saved it in the wrong location again. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks better. Although, I guess if I wanted to have them longer, I could just stretch it a bit. It does seem quite odd. Try it like this. See what that looks like. And I will have to change the shader because this is not the correct. It is not correct. There's too, well, bleak essentially. Let's just do this now. Let's just do it now. Let's create a new material. Let's do new create material wooden. We'll just do, well, actually let's just do wood planks. Well, let's do wood ceiling. Let's give this the correct texture. And let's give it legacy shaders. Let's do bumped diffuse. We don't have a bump map yet. Yeah, I can see the difference. It just looks so much more vibrant like this. Well, I guess I could quickly duplicate it just to see what it would look like to have as a normal map. NRM. Normal map, create from grayscale. Let's try it like this. And let's select this thing, the material, assign the texture. Doesn't add that much, but it's probably also because of the lighting here at the moment. Okay, but this is, anyway, this is better to look at. Actually, you know what? So it's not confusing. I'm actually going to select all of the faces up here. And I'm going to assign the first material. Right? Like that. Just so that it's not got the wood texture on it while we're making the wood texture. So it'll just be white like that. So then we can more easily focus on... Oh, hello, Chris. Hello. We can more easily focus on the actual texture itself. So what do you think? Do you think that looks better? Of course, it's much too bright in here. I mean, you look in this entire room, it's just so bright. But if you just look at the texture itself, what do you think? Do you think the wood texture looks good? It's, of course, not done. Of course. But just generally, I mean. I hope you can actually see it. I'll just zoom in a bit as well. Like that. Yep, not like that. Like this. Haven't seen the anime either. Shadais, it is an anime reference, yes. Dragon Ball Z. There are these pieces of equipment called scouters that certain people use. And scouters are worn over one eye and show up how much ki a person has. Ki is basically power levels in Dragon Ball Z. Well, ki is actually, I think, a real life term. I think it's in, is it Hinduism? Might be, oh, Buddhism. I think it's Buddhism. Yeah, is it? I think it's a Buddha thing. Anyway, yes. Vegeta uses a scouter to analyze Goku's ki and says that it's over 9,000. Sends the reference and a lot of memes after it. Oh, I see. Mic drop. Ah, you're right. Thank you for warning me. Thank you for explaining as well. I finally understand it. At least, ish. Alright, Shadais, project from view bounds for each side. Thanks for that. Not bounds, because it's not a rectangle, so it won't be... Well, it's not a square, so it would be stretched otherwise. No problem. I am late. Oh, sorry, I thought you were Chris. Better than ever. Shadais, like, add some knot holes? Yeah, but I'll do that later once I've actually got the main color of the wood done. Hey, yes. But hello. Chris is pine green for me. Well, for me here, he's a dark red, and on stream, he's orange. Just wait, why'd you get rid of the oil stains? Well, because I'm not sure that I like them. And if I want them, then I can of course add them later, but maybe I will. Alright, definitely better, I'd say. Shadais, yeah, that looks okay. Since this is a spooky game, then I have spooky legend for you all. Ooh. Go ahead. Oh boy, this should be good. Oh, and there's a link. Oh, well, I can't read it out. Hanako-san, you'd have to explain it in chat. You'd have to, because I can't read it while streaming, obviously. Shadais, and it's veg eater. Oh, veg eater. Oh, veg eater. Oh, so it's like someone who eats veg. Veg eater. Oh, veg eater, basically. And he gets the mic taken out of him for his name quite a few times. Rebounds. Oh, all right. Shadais, first two lines. Hanako-san or Toir no Hanako-san. Hanako of the toilet. Okay. It's a Japanese urban legend about the spirit of a young girl named Hanako-san who haunts coal toilets. Oh, Well, good for her. Damn it, beat me to it, Kango. Fango. Right, so I want to do more stuff with this. So I want to add a little bit of green, I feel. Little bit of green, maybe. Not as much as this, obviously. Yeah, we just have some graffiti. There we go. What do you, I think that's good, don't you think? Do you think that's good? I think that's good, isn't it? Right. I'll read it a little bit. Paintbrushes, perhaps? Just want to get a good... Ooh, that could be nice. Although, well, maybe. If I just want to add a little bit of, like, moss over things. But no, that wouldn't look good. That's not good. I think the problem is also this is too bright. I think it needs to be darker. Yeah, like that, maybe. I'm not too keen on the green anymore. Maybe like a really good red. Like a red like that. And I don't want a lot of this in this, I just want a bit of it. And this is too strong. Let's turn this down to like 1%? No, that's too little. 2%. Yeah, I think 2% is a bit too much. Maybe 1% is good then. Not the is good from Doctor Who, of course. No, I meant just that it is a good thing. Not actually the woman called Isgood. Or is it Osgood? No, it's Osgood. Osgood, yes, it's Osgood. Osgood, not Isgood. Ah, too bright. Too bright. Yeah, let's try 2%. Yeah, that adds a little bit of variation. Although I think it's better if it were a bit darker as well. So if I do this instead and then paint over it with a bit of a darker color again. Then maybe increase the opacity to maybe 5%. No, that's too much. 4%. Okay. Now you wanted oil? I'll give you oil. There you go. It's probably a bit too large. Maybe the other one, this one, might be better. Try it like this. And of course, these do need more structure. Because the moment they're just... maybe change the compression as well. Yeah, still can't really see any. It's odd because this looks different than it does here. It's probably the lighting. Let's try 20%. Oh, it's not saving it in the right folder again. Why not? That was odd. That's so strange. Why is it doing that? I'll quit it and reopen it. But then why did it... So strange. But it did update. I saw them just very slightly. That's odd. There we go. Like that. A few oil spills. And of course it will need structure. Also these are... well, they're fine probably. It will need more of a, well, like I said before, structure. So if I add a new layer, of course, there. I think the oil is probably a bit too strong at this point. Well, now like this it would be too strong, but no. Crazy spray, okay, crazy spray. No. Let's try pencils. No, you know what? Let's actually try that fur brush. That could actually look quite nice. Maybe. Turn the opacity down. No. It's not right. It's just not right. Oh, maybe the edge brush. Oh, the edge brush could look quite nice. Of course, this is a bit too strong. But I'm adding this all on new layers so that if I don't like it, I can just get rid of the layer and it'll be fine. No, that's not right. I need it to be more centered, basically. Okay, let's have a look at what this would look like in-game. Did it work? Oh, it did work. It's just... Oh, of course, because the offset's wrong. But yeah, actually, that does look quite a bit like wood in-game. So that's good. I'll read chat in a little bit. I know I'm not really saying much at the moment, but I'm just focusing on keeping this centered. It's not that easy to do, especially with a trackball. Well, triple or mouse, I guess. But it's okay. See, I start talking, then I messed that one up. It's just a matter of keeping it fairly straight, like that. Doing this one. And the ones that are kind of cut off by the edge, I just pull all the way out. And then I start pulling in from the off and just pull into, well, into where I want it. Okay, like that. And yeah, that looks much better. Probably can't pick it up on stream that well. But we'll see what it looks like in-game. Yeah, if you look at it like this, that actually does look like wooden structure, doesn't it? If you can actually see that. What do you think? Just copied it out from the link. Different versions of the story include the Hanako-san. Include that the Hanako-san is the ghost of a World War II era girl who was killed while playing hide and seek during an air raid, that she was murdered by a parent or stranger, or that she committed suicide in a school toilet. Is that where that ghost from Harry Potter comes from? The one with the ghost. Was that inspired by that story? You know, the ghost that's haunting the toilet there? The toilets there? It sounds like it. Well, you got to post the explanation to the previous anime reference. Yes. Cute pic, though. Let's have a look. Although, what's she holding? Looks like she's holding a very creepy tribble with with eyes. Fair. Sure, looks like shore. Shore? Oh, yeah, that's what I wrote. Well, I guess. Well, yikes. Quite a grim story then. Trace, well, most of the time there's a grim story behind ghosts. Trace, that looked like graffiti. I know, it was supposed to. According to the legend, Hanako-san is the spirit of a young girl who haunts school toilets and can be described as a yokai or yurei. Yes, yokai. I know about yokai. The details of her physical appearance vary across different sources, but she is commonly described as having a bobbed haircut and wearing a red skirted dress. The most known version is that she was killed when playing hide and seek during an air raid in World War II. I see. Shais, can you not do like 1.5%? No, I can't. With the opacity of the layer, it won't let me. Can't see a change myself. Not really, anyway. Oh, I can now, I think. And that legend is from Japan. Yes, of course, it's from Japan. Well, yeah, I thought so. Shais, oil splatters! Here we go! Yay, nice! Shais, change the to nearest setting in Unity. To nearest? Oh, that! 1 second. Where is it? Texture type. What do you mean? Where? Not sure what you mean. Oh, you mean this? Can't change that, unfortunately. I think I might need to change some other settings first. Like, if it's a sprite, then I can change this. Oh no, then it goes away. That's odd. Why can't I change that? Oh, read write enable. Maybe that will change things. But no, surely not. Oh no, it says none. That's interesting. Maybe it's not being used anyway? I don't know. Anyway, and add the oil splotches to the normal map? No, is that they're not supposed to be divots? Hey, Hedgebush? Hedgebush? When the game releases, any famous YouTuber, I'ma try this. I mean, if you can get them to do it, then that would be much appreciated, because that means that, well, more publicity, which means a bigger pool of people. So there's a chance that more people are going to buy it, which means that there's a higher chance that I can actually continue to do this as my main source of income, which, yeah. So if you can get them to do that, then that would be great. Hope so. That's probably the plan. For me, my message appeared above yours, yet on stream it appeared after. Yeah, for me it appeared after as well. Oh well. Will the game contain jump scares? Not deliberately, no. There will be moments where you're like walking around and you see, oh, there's a ghost back there. But those moments will be, or things like that basically, but that will be because of your actions. I won't have anything in the game that deliberately jumps at you. So accidental jump scares, maybe, but no deliberate ones. At least, for the most part. That's the plan. I'm pretty sure that it would. At least no. Jump scares, that wager. Yeah. Not even that one creature peeking that disappears? Not even that one creature that peeking that disappears? Well, that creature. Well, that's a different story. Not sure if I'd count that as a jump scare. Looks good, I think. Yeah, we can see it. Nice little bit of detail. Yes, it is. Nice. Shrez, you're thinking of Moaning Myrtle. Yes, I am. Never knew. The Harry Potter character. Yeah, creepy Tribble. It is so also similar to Bloody Mary. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Although Bloody Mary is referencing Queen Mary, because she's called Bloody Mary because she had a lot of people killed. So Bloody Mary is actually the Queen Mary of England. Non-power of 2. Maybe change rap mode and then it lets you? I don't know. I don't know either, but I need the rap mode. Well, actually, no, I do need the rap mode like this, I think. I don't know. Yeah, that. Weird. It says none. None? Good. That is what I meant. Shrez, context nerd cubed. Probably. I mean, I probably will. When it's released, I probably will. But I'm not sure if he's doing that many, like, let's plays of, like, video game showcases. I think he's we'll see. There are plenty of other channels. Although if I could get him to do a video on my games, that would be great. I have a recommendation. Add those spray paints like on the abandoned buildings. Yeah, well, this is abandoned. This oh, you mean the spray thing? Oh, you mean the graffiti? Well, that would be, yeah. I mean, this was set in. Well, this is kind of set in. This isn't. Well, this is kind of not set in the, like, in our world. It's set in kind of a Fey dimension-ish thing. Not saying that it is that thing, but I'm saying that it is something like that. But that's a good recommendation. It will be a good recommendation. I'm gonna have a look, see what it looks like in game. And all of the others. Chris, I think the game's set in Victorian times. I don't know though. Yeah, it's set in Victorian times, but this is definitely not Earth. It is more of a creepy, dark, dimensional world thing that's similar to Earth, but definitely not Earth. Right. And that up there, where was it? That is maybe not, it's probably not the moon. Yes and no, it's the moon in the skybox, but anyway. Right, so we walk in here. Ooh, look at that. I mean, that looks like wood, doesn't it? I'll zoom in for you. I'd say that looks like wood. Maybe the black line's a bit too thick. But then again, this isn't supposed to be lit this much anyway. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'm really quite happy with this. What do you think? Looks a bit like a mansion. Creepy mansion. But it's supposed to look like a creepy house thing. Right, so there's basically a stream over. Because we've gone for 2 hours. I will close the things. We didn't even need sublime text. But I'll read chat. And then we'll have a little conversation. That'll be nice. Like that. Sure. So, maybe also get in contact with game reviewers. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Contact Nerd Cubed with his rests. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, if I were to contact him, then I think that if all of his emails, I think, get sorted by Matt, his employee, I think, by Matthew. So, I mean, if I did get in contact with him, then I would get in contact with him as a whole. So, including his rests, yes. Ooh, ick. By gum. You need elevator music until you reach the maze entrance. True. Who's gonna make the game soundtracks? Me. I am. Oh, it's gonna be so good with sounds. At the moment it's silent, there are no sounds, but when I add footsteps and wind and music, it's gonna be so atmospheric. Does look rather nice. Sure it is, although could you try what I said before? Games with disabling the room's light? Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I can just open it back up again. Hopefully it'll work. It'll only take a minute. Games. With disabling the room's light. Yeah, I'm gonna make the soundtrack. And I mean, I've already made this. There's one game which is gonna release on Steam very soon, and yet I've been saying that for months. But no, it's really, like, it's all done. The game's done, Steam integration's done, screenshots are done, description's done. It's just I need to do the hero images, and, well, the trailer's basically done. I just need to do a bit of font work as well with logos and stuff. When that comes up on Steam, then, yeah, all of the music in that, it's called Living Art, by the way, the game, that's all done by me. Let's see, where's the prefab? There it is. Oh, see, there's the error. I select the thing, and yet the inspector won't update. I need to close it, open it, and the thing is, people in the forums said that it was maybe because I was using a custom editor layout that was saved for an old version of Unity, which was true, so I reverted to factory settings, did it in this version of Unity, and this issue persists. But now if I click on it, now it loads. Okay, let's disable the light. Go back, save, enter. And walking through it with only a spotlight, well, flashlight anyway. Well, let's see what it's like with the point light. I might do it with the spotlight, but you can't really see it. Conversation? Oh, yeah, of course, conversation. Yep, Scottish Matt. Yeah, Scottish Matt. Oh, did I just walked past it. Oh, Shires, yes! Can't wait. There we go. Yeah, so you can see how dark it is. And imagine with the bricks as well. You just jump up. Then you can see the normal map a little bit like this. But yeah, you can't really see anything. Let's try it with a spotlight. Let's just try it with a spotlight, sure. Because that's what you originally wanted. Uh, 0.7. Let's get the angle up to like maybe 60. Yeah, let's try something like this. Oh, that's odd. Is it not parented correctly? Oh, of course it does need to be parented. That doesn't work. Oh, it does work. Ah! Oh, it does work. Yeah, I can see. Nice spotlight. Let's actually offset it as well. 0.1 probably is good. Like that. And then let's change the range to 20. As you can see, spotlight. Anyway, right. Yes, can't wait for the wave of sound effects to hit us all. Yeah. Better get your snorkel on. Shreddies, are the achievements done? Yes, for Living Art, it's all done. Steam integration is done, which achievements as well. All of it. It's just, I need to do the hero images. And hero images, in Steam terms, are all the stuff that's displayed, like the banners and icons and stuff like that. Which means that I need to do a lot of other stuff as well. So, yeah, you can see it's really quite dark. Basically, you can't see anything. Hold on, let me increase the intensity of the light to maybe 2. Because it won't be black either. I'll probably have maybe, I don't know, maybe glowing mushrooms down there that illuminate the place. Or maybe the ghosts will glow, some of them. Or maybe stuff like... yes, stuff like that. So let's have a look. Yeah, now like this, with this spotlight, it looks like, it just looks like a generic Unity horror game, doesn't it? Like my first Unity horror game, just with a spotlight, without even a thing, just like this. Yeah, granted, the models look a bit better and the textures as well, but still, I mean, I'd need to get a lot of Tor assets in here for it to properly look like it, but... let's pick this up. Not that we need to. Let's reload because we didn't get a room, I think. Right. I'll read. Anyway, I'm off. See everyone later. Bye, Mr. W. Bye. See you later. Give the player spotlight shadows. Yes, later. So, like flashlight. Bye. See you tomorrow. Good night. Shreddies. Yeah, that's why I meant spotlight. Also, I think it'll be creepier with spotlight. Thank you. Bit brighter. Oh, ooh. Good. Shreddies. Wow. Very nice. Steam integration and everything. Yes. Congrats. Not stream, but Steam integration. Yes. Like you said. Congrats. Shreddies. Ooh, nice. XD. Yeah, but good. Yeah. Let's have a look down there. Ooh, like that. Yeah, now you can see it a bit. It needs more cobwebs, obviously. But yeah, now you can see it slightly up there. I will definitely have to have lighting in here as well, so it's not just pitch black, because I want it to look visually appealing, and darkness, just blackness, isn't that great for that. Maybe I could also have bats in here. Ooh, bats that hang upside down on the wood. Ooh, that's an idea. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm ending the stream. So, I'm glad that the internet didn't cut out, because the internet did cut out quite a couple of times today, but it seems to have been good for the stream, which is nice. Yeah, wow, Twitch glitches a bit. Okay. For a second, the meadow looked like it was autumny and aflame. Ooh. Oh well, sure it looks good. Maybe with torches or summit? Torches, no. Because, for one thing, torches from the time period that this was built would have been soaked in oils and, well, bitumen, probably, bitumen. And tar, that sort of stuff. so rags soaked in tar, and that lit a light, which mean bitumen, yes. So that would have created a lot of smoke, which would be quite toxic and very bad smelling. So torches underground? No, probably not. Candles? Yeah. Yes, definitely candles. But torches, no. And besides, I don't want to have the same problem that a lot of role-playing games have, like video games, role-playing games, as well as tabletop role-playing games as well. Well, no, not so much, because the GM usually has a bit more sense. But in video games, they often have in kind of dungeon. Like one second. Maybe I can find some reference material quickly. Oh, that's... Yeah, sure, that's a perfect example. So if I go here, look at this. So this is Dungeon Kingdom, apparently, a game called that. Anyway, you can see here, classic video game RPG. You've got the character, anyway, in here, you can see stony environment, of course, like dungeon, trap below, levers, and then you've got these torches. But if you look at this torch, I mean, one thing, it's not creating any smoke. Second thing, who lit it? It's just burning, and I mean, usually a torch like that would last an hour, maybe a little bit long, maybe a couple of hours, most, but definitely like about, I would say about an hour. So there would have to be some guy or girl, doesn't matter, some creature going through this dungeon, avoiding also like going along this little edge of the trap, because you can see the hole in the floor, just shimmying along there, then getting the torch out of that metal frame, the old burnt out one, cleaning off all the walls of all the smoke. Oh wait, no, there is no smoke. Then getting a new torch in, lighting that, and then going to the next one. By the time he's done, this torch would have already burned out. So it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I get why they do it. Like for example over here, this game, whatever this is, I don't know. You can see torches, no smoke whatsoever. I know it's a convenient way of lighting an environment, but still, if it's supposed to be an abandoned place, an abandoned maze or dungeon or whatever, then that would make sense. So that's why I said maybe glowing mushrooms, because bioluminescent creatures are a thing. And in a fantasy world, that would make so much more sense, like just having some mushrooms sprouting out of the wall that are glowing. Yeah? Or maybe, I don't know, you could even have because some insects also glow. Not just fireflies, but others. You know those glowing worms in caves that hang from the ceiling, glow blue? It's things like that. You could expand that and have like bugs crawling around on the walls. I could even have a set animation of them crawling around the walls, but just having bugs crawling on areas. And you could even have game mechanics, like if you go near them, they crawl away in some cracks and the light vanishes, but as you get further away, the light comes back. That could be an interesting game mechanic. There are so many other options to light a scene. Or, if it's a fantasy setting, you could just have glowing crystals, yeah? Just have sun crystals or whatever. And just have those in sockets in the wall, yeah? Just these glowing orange crystals. You don't need to explain it. They're just there. Since it's a fantasy world, that makes sense. But no, you have to have torches without smoke that are eternally lit. Anyway. And the thing is, I'm not saying necessarily that's completely a bad thing, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that much. You can definitely enjoy a game that has these things. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that in my game, since I want to put quite a bit of lore stuff in there, and behind why certain things are a certain way, I would not want to have something like that in there. If I were making a more of a casual game, then Sure, it doesn't have to make that much sense necessarily, but still, it's not that difficult to come up with an alternative that would make more sense. Anyway. Right. Right, so it looks good. Maybe with torches or summit, recommends Kangafango. Maybe not. It's on the inside after all. Thanks. And thanks for the stream. Smoke, yeah. Bitumen? Tar. Bitumen. I've heard it pronounced bitumen. Maybe it's slang. Bitumen. According to text-to-speech. Shadace, but I thought coal dust was healthy for your lungs. Well, yes, if you believe what Victorian doctors told miners who worked in coal mines. Yes. And there were court cases afterwards where doctors have also come out and admitted that there were also documentation found of them being bribed by the coal industries, also slate is another big one. Doctors, large part of the medical industry bribed, like actual money transfer, so that they would say to the miners, because of course miners, they were in the mines a long time, they were getting ill, coughing a lot, being short of breath, getting ill. So they got doctors in, just try to help. And then what do they do? Well, they said, oh, it's the coffee. You're drinking too much coffee. That's the reason. And no, of course not. It's not the dust. They actually said that the dust, slate dust specifically, is healthy for you. Yes. Draw any parallels to the real world in this situation, like in modern times, as you wish. Because again, history does repeat itself. Just a thing to keep in mind. So, health for your lungs. Shadows, yeah, it'll look quite generic with torches. No smoke! Eternally burning, yeah. XD, that is weird! Yeah. XD, unless the monster/dungeon keepers lit it. Yes, but going around like once an hour, if you've got an entire dungeon with, let's say it's 2, that'd be 4, 25, let's say, okay, let's just round it off to say 200 torches. You would be burning through torches at a rate of 200 torches an hour, which means you would have to have huge stockpiles of torches and people going around the entire structure, replacing them constantly. Yeah. Unless it's magic and they're just magic torches, magic fire. That also works, of course. But then I would give if I were to do that in my game, I would have a little bit of an explanation. Like I would have other things that are just eternally burning. Yeah? Like maybe in the beginning, before you enter these places, maybe you could find, I don't know, maybe a shop. Or maybe a poster. Or something where it's like eternal flame torches or eternal fire or something like that. Or maybe have a character mention it, like saying, oh yes, here, take this torch and don't worry about it burning out. It's magic fire. It's eternal fire, it's magic fire. Because if the player has a torch, then of course that could use that same fire, so then it wouldn't burn off either. So, unless it's like an area of effect thing, like there's a magic cast here, and then all the fire in the area, all torches in the area, don't burn out. But if you move outside of the area, then it does burn out. That could be an interesting way of doing it. Actually, that might make for quite a good D&D spell, if that's not already a thing. Anyway. Shadace, yeah, true. Shadace, wow, that sounds great. What? Oh, you mean the thing about the mushrooms and the little wormies, or the crystals maybe. So will they glow worms? Yeah. Will they be glow worms? Yes. Snap the thumbnail? Oh right. I'll probably get it from the stream. Shadace, yeah, I know. Re-slate Coldest. Quite grim a story as well. But the thing is, that was in the 1800s. But then in the 1950s, 60s, the same thing happened, only now with smoking. Doctors saying smoking isn't dangerous, but it's not just not dangerous, it's healthy. smoking is healthy for the lungs. Great, it's healthy. It increases your health. Which of course, it turns out many doctors were bribed by the tobacco industry. Yeah? So the history of medical experts, whether this is snake oil salesmen or actual professional doctors or whatever, throughout history, medical professionals lying is a common thread throughout all history. I mean, you can even find it if you go back to ancient times, where you had shamans, for example, who were basically treated like deities in different cultures. Treated like deities because they had the power to use the magic to heal people. And yes, of course, there's some merit to that. I'm not saying all of them. Of course, there were things like herbology. Is it herbology? I'm going to say herbology. And of course, the what's the word? The psychological impact of that. Like if you believe in this thing, and there's this guy who's wearing a feathers and big wooden mask maybe and fancy dress, paint, and they swear to the gods and bring magic down and give you some herbs and do all that stuff and that whole ritual. If you believe that it's helping you, then that can have an impact on your actual body, making you better in certain cases. So I'm not saying that that's all a sham, but of course there are instances where shamans or people like that have exploited their... Because the thing is, you have to be wary when there are people who benefit from your suffering. I'm not saying everybody, of course, but there are people like that. There are people like that who benefit from your suffering, who are in a position to basically tell you that smoking is healthy and that slate dust is healthy to breathe in, basically. Yeah. Of course, not everybody, but there are people like that. Quite grim story as well. And it's not even a story. It was real life. Yes. Trace, yeah, but there's loads of monsters? Monsters like what? What do you mean? Like candles, Trace? Yeah. But what do you mean? Eternal flame costs a lot, but lasts forever. Trace, good idea. Yeah, Trace, yikes. Using doctors to deceive their customers. Putting it lightly. Yeah, true, Charles. If you really believe in it, it can help, even if scientifically it doesn't. Well, depends, because science, technically, can include this thing. So the psychological impact on your health, on your body's health, of believing something can be measured scientifically. That's not necessarily a non-scientific thing. Sometimes, Shadows, if there's loads of monsters that light all the dungeons' torches, yeah, true. But then, why? I mean, it's just not practical. Of course, with modern technology, burning gasoline and oils like that, refined oils, that creates basically no smoke and burns for ages, is of course a thing. But back then, no, it wasn't. And that's another way out. If you could just explain what is being burned. If it's not tar, if it's not some sort of bitumen, you can say, oh, we are burning this seed oil that was discovered, which burns for ages. It burns for hours and doesn't create smoke. Great. You've got an explanation for it, but anyway. Like loads of monsters. Yeah, true, yeah. I know what you did there. You had the pattern of yeah, true, then you did true, and then you shifted one more over to true, yeah. So it's yeah, true, yeah. And then it would be yeah, and then we'd be back to yeah, true. And so that the monsters don't trip their own traps? Well, if you had depends. I mean, if they know where it is. Yeah, exactly, I told ya. Yeah, true, see, exactly. I recognized your pattern before you told it to me. Oh, and we've gone on for about half an hour after the stream's official end. So thank you very much for watching. Kangavango streams on Sunday. Streams building and driving, maps and vehicles, respectively. And yeah, also if you play trains, have a look on the download station for Central Europe and Cornish Railways. They're both great maps, of course free. And then that's it, basically. The stream will be archived. Many thanks for the stream and shout out, yes. And good night. It's very much appreciated, he says. So, yeah, good. Good night, yes. Good night. Ghosts are foot by? Ghosts are foot by? I had no idea ghosts are foot. Anyway, bye.